Well, since she's in a good position right now, here's a better look at my Poecilotheria striata. Denied a cricket. Beautiful tea, isn't it? Wickedly fast, too. Like all pokies. To be honest with you, I think this one might be due for a molt soon. So I'm really not that surprised that it denied food. And we shall see. Alright, we'll move on to the next tea. Look at that big butt. My Brachypalma vagans is getting really big. That's why you're only getting one little cricket today, sweetheart. Only one. Been giving you too many worms, haven't I? You willingly took that, didn't you? Yep, that's all you get today. This one's about the same size as my Nanduchromatus, except this one's abdomen is a little fatter. Well, I appreciate you taking it down for us. That's good. Alright, on to the next one. This is my Brachypalma Smithy, my larger one of the two that I have in my collection. They're the only duplicate tarantulas that I own. I really prefer to have every tea in my collection to be different. But it never hurts to have more than one Brachypalma Smithy, does it? This one denied food last time. Let's see what happens today. And it's not in pre-molt. It did eat last time. Well, you're not going to eat for us again today, huh? You still fasting? Now the abdomen looks nice and healthy. Just not in the mood to eat. Looking good. This is one of the few teas in my collection that I can actually handle without real worry of being bitten. But they kick hairs, as you can see. Yeah, you're not in the mood to be bothered today, are you? That's the only thing about brackies is they flick hairs like crazy. Yeah, obviously not hungry. But we'll leave it in there because you will be later, I'm sure. Alright, on to the next tea. This one really surprised me last week and refused food. This is the Chromatopama Cyaneo pubescens. The green bottle blue. Normally has a crazy appetite. Well, let's see what the survey says today. Hungry today. I'm trying to get it a second cricket. I don't think it realizes it's there. At least you ate this time. That's good. Look at all this webbing. Oof. Crazy webber. Strong. What a beauty. This is certainly a must-have in everyone's collection. Alright, on to the next tea. Here's my Nandu Colorado Velocis. Gotta remove what's left of Mr. Cricket from last week. This is another one that can be camera shy. Sometimes it readily takes prey on camera and other times it just ignores it. But it always eats. But as you can see, it's not very interested, so. Alright, on to the next one. Some of my best attacks have come from this one. This is the Ravenous Simani. But sometimes this one doesn't want to eat on camera. And here lately it's been like that. And I don't know why. Some of these teas are just camera shy. I'll see the cricket in their mouth after I'm done filming. So they definitely eat. This way you don't always get to see it happen. Well, this one's doing really well. Let's see if we could get this one more in the light. Yeah, doing real well. Alright, next. Here's my Acanthoscurria brocklehursti. That's a good one. Good job. You're one happy tea. One big one too. Another tea that will readily flick hairs on me if I threaten. And I at first thought that this one was a male, but I'm beginning to think it's a female. But I think with this next molt, I'll be able to tell 100%. Alright, on to the next one. This is my Brachypalma abopilosum, at least the rear end of it. This one has totally closed up its hole and webbed it. So I'm just going to leave this one alone and just drop a cricket in there, and if it eats it, fine. If it doesn't, then we'll take it out later. But, you know, still alive and well, as you can see. I'm expecting this one to molt in the not too distant future. Alright, next. You might be able to see the Ceratogyrus brachycephalus just barely at the entrance to its little cave. Had a superworm during the last video. And this time it wants a cricket. Very good. This is another big girl. I wish you could see her in all her glory, but you'll have to go back a few videos before you can. She's out on rare occasions, but she feels the most secure in there. Alright, we'll let her eat in peace. Next. This one has been highly reclusive lately. This is the Tarantulas murinus. The orange body thing. I can barely see the OBT's legs in there. It just hasn't been wanting to give us a surprise visit lately. And it looks like it's going to repeat being a recluse. That little orange that you see right there is just what's left of a malt. So I guess we're going to continue the trend. Alright, next. I think my Tarantulas rosé is thirsty again. Well, you need to move out of the water dish so I could put water in it. Yep, you do. You need to move. Come on. There we go. How's that? Typical. I think I'll have this one come out for a little stroll this week. Tarantulas rosé. Typical fasting. Alright, well. Excuse me. We'll leave it in there. Alright. Oh, let's get this one out of the way. This is the home of the Chilobrachys guancinensis. Chinese fawn. Very antisocial. Haven't had this one come out to greet us very much. But anyway, that's the little hole. That I'll usually see it appear out of. And then it still has its cave completely barricaded. So, not going to see this one, unfortunately. These are my little pinhead crickets that I feed to my smallest teas. The Aphonopama chalcodes is in there, hiding as usual. Well, I won't be feeding my smaller Brachypoma smithi today because it molted. Very good. So, we'll just give this one some water and it'll be good to go. About time. Whew. My Paraphysa parvula continues to be in heavy pre-molt. So, excuse me, I'm sorry. So we'll just be giving this one some water. The abdomen is dark and swollen. And there you have it. Can't wait to see this one after it's malted. Alright. Well, look who else malted. Grandma stole a poker peas. Cool. So, just like with the bee smithy, we will hydrate this one, and that'll be enough. Alright. Stay tuned for the Tarantulas blondie. Here's my Tarantulas blondie. Looking awesome. How about that? Well, what would you like to eat today? Are you not going to eat today? I have no idea when this one malted last. You just not hungry? Looks like we need to spray down your enclosure. It's gotten a little bit on the dry side. Sure does. We're gonna have to fix that, aren't we? But not until you're out of the way. Would you like a worm instead? Are you weirded out by the camera? That usually doesn't stop you from eating. What a beautiful tea. I'll give you a worm in case you're a super worm kind of gal. Alright, well, apparently the Tarantulas blondie is not hungry. But at least we get a very good look at her today. She's gorgeous, isn't she? Yep. I think she's just weirded out. Most of the time she stays in, well, usually when I open the lid, she scampers off into her cave. Uh-oh. That's not good. Looks like we got some mold on this cave here. That is unacceptable. I'm going to have to remove that. That's very unhealthy for the tea. So I'm going to have to get rid of that mold. So I'll do that. I'll clean the hut and spray it down, and then leave the tea in peace. Right? Is that okay with you? Sorry I didn't notice that sooner. That's the disadvantage of having wood instead of cork bark in the enclosure, because wood is more likely to mold compared to cork bark. So this wood might be so bad I might not be able to use it, but I'll clean it up and see what it looks like, and just have to check on it regularly, because mold is not good for a tea. Well guys, I appreciate you watching my video, bearing with me through all the feedings, and of course some of them weren't feedings, they were just merely updates. But I also enjoy watching your videos. Please keep posting them. They take my mind off of things I don't want to be thinking about. So it's good to have these pleasant distractions. Alright, well, I guess you're just going to sit there. I guess that's better than crawling all over me and scaring me half to death. Alright, well, that's it. And stay tuned for another video I might post soon. I'm going to do some shout outs and maybe do a handling video. So stay tuned for that. Alright, thanks guys.